I know we've waited long enough, and you've waited. Uh, you deserve more than words. You deserve results. Because I learned early on in my life that either you can have results or excuses. You can have excuses or results. You cannot have both. And I don't know if you know, but I just heard that you know what's the easiest way to get to the top? And the best way to get to the top is to get off your bottom. So I am going to give them to you. I'm going to give you results, all right? I'm going to give you action. We are in action constantly, not in theory, again, in
Okay, we're live. Welcome everyone around the globe. I can feel excitement, and it's in the air, and boy, is it palpable. All the faces here on the panel, welcome everyone. There's a lot of familiar faces here today. Everyone give a big wave to all those people watching across the globe. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm Cray from the USA, and I have the honor and privilege of introducing the person who has brought us all together. Throughout this journey, he has remained steadfast in his vision and mission. And it's been under unfathomable external and internal pressures. But he's remained consistent, loyal, and committed to our big, bold, beautiful shared dream. How great is that? His character and integrity has remained unwavered, even in the most difficult times. He's taught us and reminded us about pruning, adjusting the sails, being fueled for purpose, and rising from to the sunrise. But you know what? Today is about moving forward. So it gives me great to introduce this man that I know, love, and trust, our founder, Mr. Ash Mufareh. Welcome, Ash. So good to see you.
very good to see you all. Thank you so much, Susie. And I am really, really excited to deliver this message to you today. Uh, it is delightful to see all of you here. What a moment in life. I'm your friend, Ash Mufareh, speaking to you today directly, personally from the heart. Whether you're a longtime supporter or somebody who stood in the sideway or been distracted by other things, or someone who's been really just watching, unsure what's next, I want to take the opportunity to speak to you today with perfect clarity, humility, renewed purpose. Obviously, we're at a turning point, and I believe that with all my heart, actually, that what lies ahead is worth everything it took to get here. I know it's taken a while, but it's worthwhile. And I wasn't sure. Honestly, I'm having a hard time to say this. Promised to talk to you with clarity and transparency all of the time. As I was preparing for these remarks and having some bullet points and highlights, I wasn't planning to talk about this topic on this global update. I actually made a deliberate choice not to mention anything about with the SEC. I thought I'm leaving that out for now. It is no secret that this litigation has been challenging, painful, however, and lengthy. But fortunately, we have been represented by some of the best, most experienced and skilled lawyers in the country, period. Everybody could look up who's representing us. Couldn't get any better team. And under my instructions, they defended the case vigorously. But that has been and resources away from our core mission. However, encouraged by the recent developments. In fact, I'm actually pretty, and I look forward to being able to give you much more complete and positive on this topic very, very, very soon. So stay tuned. I can tell you it's a very bad day, not so exciting for the haters. And this is not what they wished for. This is probably a nightmare for them. But God is good. I have to say that up front, loud and clear. And what a victorious day. I'll be addressing this on a separate day, separate exclusive update, live update again, possibly number 2, because it's a big topic. I want to know more, and I'll break it down to you with what's allowed, okay, or what's productive or meaningful to you. But I'd rather to go back on trend, continue my initial plan about a few things that you want to hear today. Let's begin by being completely transparent. This journey has not been easy for any of us. Yes, probably long or longer than we hoped for. We've experienced delays, we've dealt with disappointments, and yes, we've made mistakes. I did. Some of our efforts are shortened, not as we hoped for. But some plans and some production actually had to be scrapped and rebuilt from the ground up, totally from the scratch. And the truth is, some people we trusted were not what we thought who they are and who they were. I take responsibility, obviously, for everything that has happened, my leadership, and not in shame, humility, and someone who has learned, adapted, and committed to doing better. We built something bold, and when you build something bold, the risk is bigger, but so is the potential reward. It's worth it. And many of you have been frustrated, some confused, and you've been waiting for a moment of clarity. This is that moment. Crystal clear. The road ahead is very clear. So let's look at the recent survey and some of the revelation and results of that. I am to talk about this. Recently, we invited you to respond and participate in a private survey. 3 simple questions. No pressure, no spin, just truth. And we needed to know, are we still actually, we want to know. We want to feel where we stand. We know where we stand. How long are you willing to wait? And do you believe it's time for a new vehicle to carry out our shared mission? Now, what we found. And what was going in my head, I'm going to share that personal thought with you. I had 3 predictions. I've told teams who spoke with me on the side, behind the scenes. I told them I had 3 predictions. Okay, many people I thought would respond, or I gave one low prediction and one kind of like middle of the road, and one I thought was probably overly okay.
Hello,
Big, medium, small.
poa sana.
Okay, or small,
Bisa labda pande
medium,
yako?
big. But what happened next left me absolutely
Okay,
floored.
okay, tumepata inconvenience kidogo.
And I'll explain that to
Nilipata
you
ku update
may
but
realize the
tumepata
importance
inconvenience
of
kidogo.
this. You didn't just meet my most optimistic
Okay.
prediction. That's okay. But you've exceeded it by nearly 3 times. So small, medium, big. 3 times the big. I was astonished. That alone tells me how good and clear you're still here and you believe and you are ready forward. You are ready to move forward. You are good to go forward. You're not stuck in the past. That was an eye opener. Okay, I shared with you the answers you gave. Over 90% of you said with a screenshot. Okay, I conservative by telling you over 90%. Some are 98 point something. So you could say 100% that without hesitation, I'm totally with you. No matter how long it takes, I agree. And if we want to succeed, we need a new vehicle. We need a new direction. We need a new way of running and operating. That was. I thank you for respond and of you who responded, give the fuel to continue the mission. More fuel. I'm already pumped, as you could tell, but given the leadership team focus, they're even more motivated now. And you reminded us why we started this journey in the first place. And let me add a little bit more. From your end, you see 3 simple questions. Okay, this doesn't take a genius. And the results are very obvious. Okay, most of you selected, I'm fully committed. And I'm line it takes. Okay. And obviously need a new. That is clear. You see that, but we have in data to you that are very compelling. Number one, the number of people. And here, so the number of people actually took the time to select. And the number of the frequency of most of you going to survey as many as time a day. The overall session login, it was practically a week and a day, right? Millions and millions and millions of logs in. Thought this would be possible after all this time.
Is he froze, guys?
I think he's froze. I thought it was me.
It's
Connor,
frozen.
give him a quick email, Chris.
I
So
did.
something blinked.
You froze for a few there, Ash. You back.
Are we good so far?
Your video's off.
My video's not on?
It's not
Oh.
on.
I have it on. Okay, let me click again.
No,
Did it work?
It's
No.
not on.
Not yet.
Oh, I see the screen freeze. Okay. Let it refresh. That's okay. This is live.
Yeah. What you said was so powerful. It like froze, made everyone think.
He is coming back in shortly, everyone. Please give us a few minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's okay now.
that's incredible data he's sharing. Very, 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 incredible.
Are you sure somebody else is not trying to hack the system?
Please turn on your mic, Mr. Mufareh.
You need to mute yourself while I'm like,
Are we all good now?
There
Again,
you are.
We are.
Okay.
this is live and things happen with the live. It has stuff.
Mr. Mufareh, you're coming in and out.
That looks better. We can't hear you.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, that's actually good. Let me forgive me for this, okay? But you may have noticed, like certain individuals had the visible presence with us are no longer associated with us. Don't let that distract you. Let me be very clear about this. And in general, decision to distance ourselves from anyone, especially a public, like, you know, somebody on the surface in a way, and especially when we have to take this publicly. It is never made lightly. These decisions are deliberate, cautious, and thorough. Do what's in the best interest of the community, not just one. I have to protect the community. When we speak about someone's, you know, who was known and publicly and their goal in mind. Simple. Our priority is the health and safety of our platform, obviously, our brand and our people. That's number 30. Nothing personal. We do believe in transparency, but we also believe in dignity. So as that we all respect that not everything needs to be shouted from the rooftop. Let it go. And some right thing quietly is more powerful than this. I know you're going to respect my approach to this and trust our decision. What matters is this. What matters is this. We focused. We are pruning what's serving us. As we said in the O News series. And we are building with integrity. It's the bottom line. When someone doesn't align with our values and our character principles, no place for us. Mainly to protect the health. We cannot have a polluted environment. The health of our community. Let's talk about the turning point now. We are obviously at a turning point, like where we come from, everything that happened, and where we're going. We are now standing on the edge of something new. Taking a hard look at what worked and what didn't, and what we must do differently. Not just as a reboot of the old and a refurbish and just a relabel, a sticker on it. No. But as a birth of something better. Totally. Yes, we are creating a new vehicle. More than that, we are clarifying the destination. Our eyes are always on the target, on laser focus, on the goal, on the dream. Because it's useless if it's not going anywhere meaningful. So we have to be clear on our purpose and our destination. Has always bold, okay? I think we all know that. We've always been bold, okay? To innovation, people, not just to unity. That's what's making a difference in our journey. we're not abandoning the dream. In fact, we are doubling down on it. Focus with more experience, with more energy than ever. You may not see all the details, honestly, and yet, but I promise you, behind the scenes, the wheels are turning. And more importantly, we're differently this time. I learned not to get myself. Speaking of what we've learned, let's talk about some lessons we've learned. With you, it is better to promise and over-deliver. That's obvious. Than the other way around. So we're going to be telling you realistic updates. I'm not period. Okay. Indeed, we're doing it. We're doing it totally different. Totally. And I'm not going to tease you or tease things up and put more light. Don't even exist yet. Maybe they're in the plan or anything, but not ready yet. Just to inflate the expectations and words and fancy presentations, all of it. We're not going to do that. From now on, action. Everything we build, everything we launch, everything we will be tested, proven, and ready to go. Period. There would be no hype, no more hype, no more guesswork. The real things that are practical, that are transparent, that are really backed up by value again. We will roll out our new offerings, obviously, in stages, carefully and strategically. Not going to have a wide ladder and walk with it and bump into many things. It's going to be like the edge of an arrow. So clear, focus, start small, and then make to you. Not to keep people waiting, but to ensure that everything and every step forward, solid and secure, stabilize and scale. I know we've long enough, and you waited. You deserve more than words. You deserve results. Because early on in my life, that either you can have results or excuses. You can excuses or results. You have both. And I don't know if you, but I just heard that what's the easiest way to get to the top? And the best way to get off your bottom. So I am going to give them to you. I'm going to give you results, all right? I'm going to give you action. We in action are definitely indeed reforming, we are restructuring, recommitting to the dream. And what unite us, brought us here together. In fact, what unites all of here is our past, present, and future, the shared dream, that we bold, beautiful dream that we share together. It is not about a logo or just a platform or colors or theme. It's not about fancy stickers or flashy things. It's only about people. It's about you. People. It's about being that ordinary individuals, like most of us, do extraordinary possibilities. That dream is alive and well. And if you're listening to this long, then it lives too, just like us. Why we let it go? It lives in us, all in. This is absolutely not the end of anything. Watch this, not the end of anything. This is the rebuilding of everything, the rebuilding better way. So here's what I ask you. Genuinely, I want you to stay strong. Be patient, have confidence. Don't get distracted. Let's reunite, and one or two things are on the way that. Overpromise, I would never fail you. I'm here, I pledge with all my heart, energy, breath, to fight for you, continue this journey all the way. No cap. And when they are ready, those beautiful things are on the way, not before. You are going to be the first. That is a priority. That's a pledge. That's the grandfather. That is my responsibility. I will always give you privilege, that advantage, ahead of the rest. So have that. It's going to come to you first. You're going to know. We're building something worth being, okay? More than just a business or a platform. Not for a quick win, lasting success, for a legacy. You're not alone in this, obviously. Okay, we're doing this together. We are in this together. And we're doing it right. Yes, we're doing it right. We've done some pruning. I mean, I think the word is becoming popular, and we're healthier body right now. We have a stronger foundation, and it's time we're going places. Genuinely want to thank you for believing. We've started only by, and I appreciate all of you. I love you. I respect you. And we're not done yet. We're I can't help myself but to talk about a glimpse or two, sense of reality of what's happening behind the scene. When we had that survey, typically companies are going to services solutions out in the market, subscribe, buy package, and just stick your questionnaire there. All right. The team heard me talking about that. They couldn't help themselves but surprising me. I said, we're creating our own survey. Said, yeah, but that's going to take time. So let's do that in future. I appreciate that. I don't know if it's worth it to get distracted. No, it's done. Just you don't have it. Okay, it was seamless. I didn't have a department. I didn't have a building. I didn't have like a whole presentation. I did survey application. It was done. Practically in a blink in IT time. Late night, my time here. By the way, on session, we, the team is asking, and in particular is asking for recommendation to a rotator service. I said, which one do you recommend? This, that, or do you have something better? They said, we'll let you know. Okay. So we continue the topic. I'm telling you, late last night, and 3.5 hours later, are you around? Yeah. I oversaid, yeah, please come on. So I'm kidding, but yeah, tell what's happening. Can you hop on the meeting? I said, sure, yeah. Check this out. What? Our rotator service done, tested, better than anything I've seen. Yeah, no, there's no design. The engine is slick, powerful, so strong. Click, click, click. Unlimited. Everything is unlimited. Talk to Julie on the side. She will talk on her live. Like, some of the available, they charge you by the views, by the click, by the URL. Oh, come on. And I actually was really thinking, am I dreaming? it's hours, I can say 1.5 person, because one was on it, the other was spotting him. I said him, okay? Didn't take a whole entourage. It was done. Said, are you sure? Can we use it? Well, how about this time we just use what's available, like a generic one, okay, off the market. Next time we can, no, good, let's test it. I did try earlier, like a couple of hours ago, to Julie and a couple of friends here. Test it out. Apparently, I was not clicking something. I called them. They said, no, you use it. I would say, like, oh, my little sleep for next time with much time. There's no glitch. There's a toggle to swipe. Okay. I just didn't do it. I think you were with me, Susie, Julie, and Red, and Chris. Something to make it auto. The percentage. I just have to swipe that. That's the work of charm. Right now, we're using our service. O survey, O rotate. What a time when our team is creating applications faster than I can come up with names. A name for the application. It was a simple side question. Which service do you command? We'll get back with you. Less than 4 hours later, the application. So when we did the test earlier today, they told me, yeah, no, it was working. No, don't get everything else. It's perfect. It's working. It's as of now, it's live. And it's what? It told me, oh, also, even my mind, they're already fitted. Reports, geographical, heat map, for the clicks, the rotation. This is beyond crazy. I have no words to describe my excitement, my confidence, my gratitude, and belief in this bit. All right, I'm going to step back and allow a couple of you to chime in, and we'll come back to a full closure as we go with the president.
Well, thank you, Mufareh, and welcome everybody on the panel. If you are not blown away by information we've just been having here today, then you're in the wrong place. So let's just clarify a few things that Ash has gone over today for everyone so that we know exactly what he's been talking about. Was amongst us here. We'll break it all down. We'll go over it at length and all the rest of it, and we will get into detail about it. But let's just go over the key points that our CEO Ash Mufareh brought out today. The first of it was a bit of a surprise to me, and that was the SEC case. Actually, he mentioned about it and gave us a little bit of information about how he's had lawyers involved with it, and it has been a long period of time that this has been on. But coming to a close now, he was extremely excited about the outcome and do a whole side webinar to explain the ins and outs, nitty gritty, all of it. But the bottom line is, he's very excited about this being made so far. It's not game over yet, but it's certainly looking extremely good. For those people who thought it was going to be game over for us, Farah and the rest of us, I'd be very happy about the outcome at the moment. We also then went into the journey about the ups and downs and where we're being. Mistakes, of course, have been made with these. It's been well documented. But the bottom line of the journey that we've been on is really where we're going now. Risks have need to make something that is going to be much better than it was before. This is now a moment of clarification, he said. Why? Because it really is something that is going to change. We are at a turning point. He mentioned hard look ourselves of what's gone on behind the scenes, but this hasn't deterred us. This really is now when it is going to be a rebirth of what we are going to have in the future. We've now got a better tool to take us to that destination. He is laser focused on that destination. Yes, the road's been blocked to change things, but one thing's for sure is that now everything is clear. We've got rid of stuff that we didn't need. He mentioned about people that weren't in line with us, so that they needed to be let go for the benefit of all. So one thing is clear about all this. We now have that body in front of us, and we are doubling down on our energy, experience, and above all, the determination to get to that. He mentioned about the survey. Now, we were all involved. We all took a bit of time looking at answering it. There was only 3 questions, he said. But one thing that blew him away, the commitment we all showed to putting that survey out. He had a rough idea of where he thought would be as far as engagement and what we were going to say. But more than 3 times the amount of people put that survey in. In fact, you did it in the millions. Millions of you logged in, not once, several times into your accounts to look or to go to that survey. All of this analytical data is there for Sarah and the team to look at. They're going to analyze it, but the uptake of all of that was more than of us took the time to go to that survey. That's incredible figures, guys. It really is. And congratulations to our team who put that together and to our CEO. Another thing as well is that was mentioned on this was focus, how we are aligning ourselves now with that future. This has to be done with integrity. This has to be done talking about this is the thing that you are looked after, that you are safe. He mentioned about building and integrity, updates, team building, and all the rest of it will be coming out very shortly. But one thing's for sure is the reason for what went on and how it all is because of your safety. Things needed to be done to protect the business, but more importantly, to protect you within the business. He even went as far as to saying that I pledge to fight for you on this journey. The first, he said, to know when things are there ready for you. He said, this time we are right. We're doing it in a much healthier position with better foundations, and we are laser focused on our dream. You're about a new act that has only just come to us to use today. And this is Rotator, which we're actually on right now. He gave an example of how good the tech team. He was speaking with Julie, to the tech team. We need a rotator so that we can put this out onto all the YouTube channels that are out there. And they said, what do you recommend to the tech team? He said, hang on a minute. 3.5 hours later, with only one and a half guy looking on, said, there you go, Mr. Mufareh, use this. He said, use what? This is our own rotator, unlimited. Have as many URLs in there as you like. You don't have clicks. You don't have to pay for different URLs. It's just hours. This is now going to be, guess what? Another product that's there going to be in our. These sort of people that are behind the scenes now working for us, they are making the difference in this of the next phase. It's not a remake. It is not a rehash. It is not a sticking plaster going over an vehicle. That vehicle's well and truly dead. The vehicle is blown up. The saving in, the rust has got in, and it's nowhere. This is a brand new. We're going to be very proud of. And if you heard the excitement in our CEO's voice, excited as well. Why? It's all being done for you.
Thank you so much, Red. Without going into too much duplicate, just want to show that this share by our CEO, where he started out saying, "I'm your friend," speaking from the here's everything that this company. He talked about clarity, humility, transparency, and renewed purpose, and he did that by very frankly sharing about the SEC case. It was challenging. It was painful, and yes, it was a struggle, but because at the end, the success is going to making our enemies not so happy. We are the ones who were victorious in all of this because truth, it was worth the effort, because at the end of the day, this is our dream, our purpose in this world. So that was just one way of this survey. He was, his expect were low, medium, high, and he told us that it just exceeded everything by 3 times, which is huge because he had already a high expectation, right? That we were truly with him. And the team was so excited, even more motivated, more encouraged by our enthusiastic dedication. And that I think a lot of the world is going to be amazed at the caliber of people that come into this because they've worked for this their whole lives, right? So then we had this visible data that they were looking at as millions and millions of logins, frequency of visits, the number of people that put their heart into it, and it just led to just an absolute solidification
Tulisema dina ya wale 60 ni leo ama ni kesho jioni?
Kesho.
Kesho jioni.
Yeah.
So leo ni wale tu.
Ndio tunangoja ushuhuda.
Sawa, ndio inaunda. Okay.
Yeah.
Lengthy. But